Har Har Mahadev.
Lovely to be seeing all of you twice in a day. Today, I just wanted to take some time to tell you a little about the importance of MahaShivratri. Why is it important for us to be aware of this time, and what sadhana should we continue to do, and what can we do during the night of MahaShivratri? So, Mahashivratri is celebrated all over with much fervor from north to the south. This is the one occasion or one celebration that the entire India comes together to do. Now, this night is celebrated on the 14th night of the Krishna Paksh, which is the waning moon. We are going towards Amavasya. So, this 14th night, when it is celebrated, is the darkest night. The sun is the farthest from the earth, and the moon is angulated. With this kind of angular movement of the moon and the direction of the earth and the sun, there is a huge upsurge of energy in our body. Our body is just like the ocean, it's just like the sea. And the ocean also gets pulled. There are tides that rise in the ocean during the Amavasya and the full moon. But this night especially is so powerful that there is the kind of humongous upsurge that you have on this night of energy. Your energy moves from the base chakra to the crown chakra if you are in attunement. And most of you have been with me during the sadhana, and you will feel the difference. You would have already started feeling the difference in the energy, in your lethargy, and how you start looking at life differently just by this half an hour sadhana that we have been doing every single day for the last 8 days, for the last 7 days now. So, who is Shiva? Shiva is consciousness. Shiva is the Brahman. Shiva is that womb of creation from which everything comes, और हर चीज का समावेश भी उसी में है. Everything gets sucked right back into that Shiva Tattva. So Shiva is the first source of creation. He is the potential energy from which comes creation. Shiva has no expression without Shakti, and Shakti does not exist without Shiva. And the Om Nad that happens from the Spandan of Shiv and Shakti. Spandan as in the movement of Shiva and Shakti. When that happens, there is sound energy created. And that sound energy is what is the first form of creation. We have been doing the Panchakshari mantra. Another most important mantra, very powerful. This balances all your chakras. It balances all your 5 tattvas in your body, and also balances your mind. So that is the one mantra that is to be continued, and you have to do the japa of that as we understand about what we have to do on Mahashivratri night. Now, what are the rules for Mahashivratri? What sadhana you can do, and what is the reason that we do the Mahashivratri celebration? So, as I said, that this is the night where your energies can move from the lowest chakra to the highest chakra. Now, there are many schools of Shaivism which teach us a lot about the Shiva Tattva. Shiva Tattva, as I said, is pure consciousness, it's pure stillness, motionless, and changeless. This is what the attributes that we have to bring out in ourselves. So, Mahashivratri is that night where we have to be in awareness of our body, of our energies, and how can we progress towards the uh, spiritual ascension, the root of spiritual ascension. So in the Puranas, there are many, many stories. The Agams and the Puranas gave form to the formless Shiva. So there are many, many attributes of Shiva: the moon, the snake, Ganga. How are these attributes important and how are they relevant to us? So I am doing a MahaShivratri retreat on the 9th in Defense Colony in Delhi. So I will be going much deeper into the Shiva Tattva and how each and every Tattva relates to us, to our chakras, to our body. That is what, once we know that, we invoke that within ourselves when we are praying to Shiva. So focusing on why Mahashivratri is so important, and how are the what are the Puranic tales telling us about it. The most important story that comes in the Puranas is of the union of Shiv and Shakti, the marriage of Mahadev and Adi Shakti. So in this Puranic story, they tell us how the Shakti, which is absolutely tamed, beautiful, creative, soft, um, expressive, comes together with this absolutely unruly, tameless, awkward image of Shiva, and how they unite. So that union tells us, what does it tell us about us? It tells us to balance our untamed side with our beautiful tamed side. When they are in balance, we are able to operate from a much higher level of mind. So this story of the wedding and the union and how Mahadev came and the whole Bharat was so scary that Parvati's parents got very scared and Devi had to take the roop of Devi Chandraghanta to become at the level of that unruly Shiva so that they could get married. And it's a very beautiful way of saying that this potential energy, that is Shiva, and this creation that comes out of Shiva, their union together brings balance. One is not without the other, and the other is not without this one. So that is one of the beautiful stories. Then there are many more stories that come out of that, including Samudra Manthan, including the story of Rishi Markandeya. All of these are in the Puranas, and we will be talking about that at the retreat. So, what is it that we need to do on the night of Mahashivratri? So, the night of Mahashivratri is divided into 4 prahars. Each prahar is equal to 3 hours. So, Mahashivratri begins from tomorrow night 6:30 p.m. So the first prayer is from 6:30 to 9:30, second is 9:30 to 12:30, the third is 12:30 to 3:30, and then the last, the Brahma Muhurtam, is from 3:30 to 6:30. So these are the 4 prahars in which the Mahashivratri night is divided into. It is most important for you to keep your spine straight for the energy to be able to flow upwards. Now, it's not easy to stay up the whole night and worship him through the night and do the japa. So we'll make it easy. We'll do what is absolutely necessary. So in the first prahar, which is from 6:30 to 9:30, you have to offer him. So the Panchamrit is what we offer to Mahadev. The Panchamrit is, each and every aspect of the Panchamrit means something. It has milk, curd, honey, sugar, and ghee. So all of these Panch Tattvas bring prosperity, sweetness, balance. All of those are the attributes of the Panchamrit. So we offer the Panchamrit to the Shivling. During our sadhana, I had asked you all to start offering jal to the Shivling. When you offer jal to the Shivling, jal represents consciousness. So when you're offering that, your consciousness is going into the Shivling. And in one of the Puranic stories, Shivling is actually a beam of light in which Mahadev appeared to solve a battle between Brahma and Vishnu as to who is more superior. So, which is a beam of knowledge. So they are trying to tell you that there is a beam of knowledge, and that's where the creation comes from. It comes from nothing and goes back into nothing. So there is no beginning of it and there is no end of it. So when you're offering jal with that consciousness onto the Shivling, you are aware of what you're doing. So in the first prayer, which is from 6:30 to 9:30, on the night of 8th, which is tomorrow, offer jal. Do the jal abhishekam. With that, if you have bel patra, offer 108 bel patra. If you don't have it, offer it mentally. And the bel patras represent the trigunas, the sattva, rajas, and the tamas, and also the three timelines and the three consciousness of our mind, etc. When you're offering that bel patra, offer with surrender that may my trigunas be in balance. Too much of tamas, too much of rajas, or too much of sattva, none of that will help you. The maximum should be sattva, then rajas, and then tamas. So pray for that when you're offering the bel patras. So this is in the first prayer, we are offering the jal abhishekam. Then in the next prayer, which will be from 9:30 to 12:30. So now you can, after you have done the jal abhishekam, now this is pretty early in the evening, sit down, chant the Panchakshari mantra, do at least 2 to 3 malas. 3 malas is what I would really expect from you, because you have already been doing 2 very easily with me, and you can see it doesn't take much time at all. So do 3 malas of the Panchakshari mantra, do one vachik, do one loudly, Om Namah Shivaya. Do the second upanshu, which means you will only move your lips. This regenerates your cells. It brings new ability into your cells. So second one you are doing upanshu. The third mala would be manas. Just sit like Shiva and focus on doing your jap mala, 108. With manas mantras, you can actually break your karmic cycles and your karmic patterns. So it's a very, very strong way of doing japa. So you have done 3 malas of Om Namah Shivaya. You have done the Jalabhishekam. You have offered the Bel Patra. You are now doing the Jap Mala. You're doing 3 malas. One is Vachik, one is Upanshu, and one is Manas. And then you are doing Dhyan. Now for 30 to 45 minutes, इतना तो time लो अपनी ये वाली first prayer की पूजा करने के लिए. ध्यान में continue to chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. The idea is for you to be able to receive that energy which will help you ascend to your crown chakra. Right? So now this is the first prayer. Now comes the second prayer, which is from 9:30 to 12:30, second prayer. In this, offer some कर्ड. अच्छे से अपने शिवलिंग पे कर्ड डालिए. उसके बाद wash it, do jal abhishekam after that. Offer bel patra if you can. And at this time, or even before, I think in the first prayer only, घी का दिया ज़रूर जला लेना. Light a घी का दिया. And if you want to offer some fruits, if you're doing some annadanam the next day, then you can keep that stuff in your temple. Whatever you are going to do as dan, keep it in your temple as an offering to Shiva. And that is in your first prayer. In the second prayer, you have offered the curd, you have offered the bel patra, and whatever else you want to offer, you can offer. But if you want to keep it simple, keep it simple. And the one point focus for you is to become Shiv. The idea is to become Shiv, to become still, to become unchangeable. Not that I'm becoming very excited when somebody has praised me and I'm going into depression because people don't like me. Oh, my business has failed, which means now I will just dwindle. And no, you are above and beyond that. So, understanding the Shiva Tattva, and that is your one point dharana that you must keep while you are doing all of these offerings. So, the second prayer, you have done the curd. Then comes the third prayer. The third prayer now would be from 12:30 to 3:30. In this prayer, offer ghee. Ghee will bring nourishment into your relationships. It is good for getting whatever it is, luxuries that you want in your life, etc. So offer ghee, keep your one pointed devotion on Mahadev, and then after that, clean the Shivling nicely with jal and offer the bel patra. Again, if you don't have the bel patras, don't worry about it. Do it manas. Everything that you're doing manas is having an absolute 100% effect. So do not worry about that. Do it, but do it manas. अब 108 बार आप कैसे बेलपत्र डालेंगे? How will you count it? Do it like you're doing it your जपमाला. जपमाला में आप 108 बारी कर रहे हैं, वैसे ये आप 108 बारी ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ये आप मनस कर रहे हैं. I'm just showing it to you. So you keep offering that to Mahadev. Now comes the Brahma Muhurat Prahar, which is very powerful. इसमें अभी तक you can wake up, you can do your sadhana a little bit and then go back to sleep. Lie down, it's okay. If not everybody can stay up all night, and do not feel guilt about it. You build yourself up to it. Mahadev is all forgiving, he's all loving. This we are doing for ourselves. This is an ascension that we are doing for ourselves. We are not doing it for him. He's there. We are trying to reach him, so we are trying to do. Utna karo jitna hota hai, but push yourself. Push yourself a little. See if you can wake up in all the 4 prahars. Now in the Brahma Muhurat Prahar, which will be at 3:30 to 6:30. So this is the time you offer honey. All sweetness in your life, luxuries in your life, sweetness in your relationships. Your mind is stable and sweet. Everything you say from your throat, may it be sweet, may it be loving. So with that bhav, you offer the honey, then wash the shivling very nicely. Now do your sadhana, do your Panchakshari mantra, do 3 malas of your Panchakshari mantra, chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat. So the Mahamrityunjay mantra, chant that as many times as you can. 3 malas of the Panchakshari mantra, then chanting of the Mahamrityunjay mantra. Then you go into your dharana. You do your dhyan and you sit for 30 to 45 minutes during this period and soak in the energies. Soak in the new you, soak in the evolved you, the more stable you, the more balanced you. So now comes the question of the MahaShivratri व्रत. कब रखना है, कितनी देर तक रखना है? आज है 7th, tomorrow is the 8th. कल महाशिवरात्रि शुरू हो जाती है. So the ones who are keeping a fast, who are not eating anything at all for Mahashivratri, then your last dinner will be tonight. You eat tonight, and then tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, ninth morning is when you take a shower and break your fast. Some people will keep it nirjala, which is no water, which is mainly for the um, you know great sadhaks and maharishis. If you have not done it before, then it will be tough. You don't have to do it. You can have some jal, you can have some milk, you can have some fruits, and if you're doing it with food, then you can have food one time, but absolutely avoid starch at this point. Chawal nahi khana. Try not to do that. And you break the fast on the morning of ninth. And if you this is the time for you to do annadanam. If you can do annadanam, even if you can't go out for some reason and you have help at home, give them something. Very good idea to give them rice, give them black lentil, and you can also give them ghee, or you can also give them sugar, or you can give them all of these things. Each one has a meaning. We'll not go into that, but you can give all of these things to people who are working for you, or if you're going to do an annadanam, you can do that. And yeah, I think I've covered almost everything. If there is anything, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask me quick questions if you have anything.